Greetings and welcome back to DeLisa's Life Dance. And today I want to share it's a mindful, magical Monday. And I like to use this Monday to talk about the mind. But when I talk about the mind, it's not always with mindset or the law of attraction. A lot of times it's about education and being that I am African American woman, dancer, love of my country and of my history, that we are resilient and ever strong as African American people. And I just keep recognizing that as we enjoyed and coming out of the Independence Day weekend, 1776. But as you all know, enslaved Africans were not free when they said, let freedom ring. However, it did occur for us later in 1863. But I wanted to bring out some information that I want to remind everyone that the African slave trade began in 1619 and it's 2019. So this is a year of remembrance, 400 years ago. Africans were captured and enslaved and brought to the shores of America against their will. However, as I said, we have remained strong throughout. I was educating on how the African American church was and still remains a pillar in African American society. But I say that in remembrance of my ancestors, my mother, my father, my grandmother, both grandmothers that I've had, they've passed on, and I guess I have so many close ancestors that are watching me from above. And what I want to share is that their religious belief in Christianity and God was their strength. So we are in a time when people are expressing a lot of different spiritual beliefs, but I just want to educate my company here in DeLisa's Life Dance about how spirituality and Christianity did impact the Africans, enslaved Africans, and African Americans in this country as a place of unity and a place of strength, of education, and a myriad of just a host of different topics and politics and every facet. The church leaders have been there for the community. So I just want to say thank you, church leaders. Thank you for being there for the people. But with that said, and without getting too churchy, I just wanted to say that this is DeLisa's Life Dance, and on Mondays, I do want to educate the mind. And because I am a dancer, and because we're talking about Independence Day and post-Independence Day and freedom and how we have let that ring, I want to remind you about an amazing choreographer. Not only I go back to this book, I reference this book a lot. It's called Black Dance. I've referenced it here before. Unfortunately, the author has passed on. She is now an ancestor. But there is this just gives, now you can Google everything, but I still like books. I like the tactile feeling of books. I like to look at the pages. But I want to share with you that I respect this dance history, and I just want to also share another tidbit about my dance director and how this lineage has impacted me in my life right here and now today. And my dance director, Julia Tsitsi Chigamba, was graciously given she actually has earned the opportunity to teach at the Alvin Ailey Dance Camp at Zellerbach Hall at UC Berkeley this summer. So she's currently teaching young dance students from across the United States. I think it's across the United States. I will make sure on the aspects of traditional Zimbabwean dance, because Alvin Ailey Dance Company is the American Dance Theater, Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. And so it's a comprehensive dance group. And please, if you don't know them, I'm sorry, you're going to know them today. So one of the pieces that was done, that is just like a piece that is world renowned, is his piece called Revelations. And that is in reference to spirituality, in reference to how spirit can keep you strong and how it keeps us resilient. And the choreography is just absolutely no words for it. But I was blessed to be in the company of some just movers and shakers in our Bay Area African community, and Afrocentric, African embracing, loving community, because not everyone at that event was from African descent immediately, but we're all Africans. Anyway, we can get into that later with the historical movement of the peoples around the planet. However, I want to just get back to Alvin Ailey. And this book, the cover, has a photo of the piece called Revelations. And I just want to tell you a little bit about Alvin Ailey and how he was influenced by Catherine Dunham and other dancers back in, I guess it was the 50s. And there's a whole chapter on him and on the company, and how it is a comprehensive company, not exclusive to African descent people, but incorporative of everyone. However, is predominantly a Black company. And I wanted to share a little bit about Revelations here. The appeal of Revelations has been universal. It fulfills the most completely Alvin Ailey concept of total dance theater. Ailey's choreography reflects his work in the variety of dance forms, including jazz, classic ballet, ethnic and Dunham and Graham and Horton techniques. In the jazz idiom, Ailey composed Roots of the Blues, Blue Suite, The Mooch, the Forebird with Love, the tribute of jazz musician Charlie Parker. But with Revelations, it's based on an African Negro spirituals. Yet Clive Barnes stated that there is probably no recognizable Negro strain except for the traditional spirituals, which provide the work of both inspiration and its music. What Ailey achieves in Revelations is a dance statement about the faith and spirit of man. The faith and spirit of man. And that is what our ancestors had to understand and had to contend with, and had to know that, had to have faith that one day I could be free to sit here and speak to you and educate you on the past and on an amazing dancer that opened the doors to so many more other dancers. And I was just so graced and honored. I had the privilege of being in the company of the most amazing people of all ethnicities the other night. And I was gifted a photo by another great photographer. His name is Jim Dennis, and he gifted me with this. Can you see this photo? This is Alvin Ailey's piece, Revelations. Who knew? Who knew that my dance director would be teaching this summer? Who knew that I'd be in the company of the travel girl, the bug girl, Elaine Lee, who is just an amazing woman herself and has traveled in so many countries. But I just wanted to say thank you to everyone, to Elaine, to Jim, to everyone at that event for sharing the travels to Africa and giving us history about this being the year of the return, 400 years. So, I learned some information about Ghana. about how they're welcoming African Americans and African descent, people from African descent in America, to come to the shores. And there are so many different um, events and festivals that are going to be held in the continent of Africa this year, 2019, 400 years after Africans hit the shores of the Caribbean, South America, and North America. And with that note, you guys, you're my favorites. I hope you enjoyed this bit. If you liked anything that you heard today, give me a thumbs up, hit the bell notification, and please subscribe. Tell me where you're from. Give me a comment. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know if you like this dance excerpts that I give from my book Black Dance, and it ended like in the late 80s, I think so. But now we can Google a lot. Please look at the different websites. Alvin Ailey's website, Dance Theater of Harlem. I'll go into Arthur Mitchell later, and of course Garth Fagan Dance, along with so many more different dance companies coming up. Ethnic Dance Festival just happened. I put a post on my sheet about Afro Urban Society. They're an up and coming young company here in the Bay Area, and they performed at Ethnic Dance Festival. Of course, there's Diamano Coura. They have been here. The longevity in the Bay Area is just incredible. Naomi and Zach Diouf. And these are all of our African leaders here today, leading the way, making sure that our ancestors are not gone without being free. They're free in us. We are representing them every day. So keep that in mind. I love you. Take care and see you on Wednesday. Ciao, ciao.